Finally, our San Antonio Spurs are back tonight. What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. The season is finally here. I'm excited. Hope you're excited. So many things to look forward to. Wemby in his second year, Stephen Castle's rookie year, seeing how the rest of the team develops. I'm pumped up. And I found this article from Pounding the Rock that I want to share with you about Wemby's second year. And, well, let's just get into it. We're just under 24 hours away from the San Antonio Spurs tipping. Actually, we're under 12 hours away from taking off their NBA season tonight against the Mavericks. We'll be live, of course, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Myself, Miss TSR, the gang, Grogu, Baby Coyote, etc., etc. Maybe a few surprise guests. Anyway, and everyone's attention is on Wemby. The sophomore phenom is set to dominate the court in a season that promises to deliver even more excitement, electrifying moments, and jaw-dropping highlights. We already saw a little bit of that in the preseason. I think CP3 to VW1 is going to be a lot of fun. Let's continue on in the article. Looking back to this time last season, fans and analysts had sky-high expectations for Wemby. They sure did. However, uncertainty lingered. People questioned whether his slender frame and towering height could endure the physical toll of an 82-game NBA season. And I think going into last year's draft, that was one thing we were all a little worried about is, how's he going to hold up in the NBA? Well, he had a couple sprained ankle issues, but otherwise he held up pretty good. He's bulked up in the offseason. He has an incredible routine, how he takes care of himself. I think long-term he's going to be okay. They highlight right here that he's the first rookie since Karl-Anthony Towns in the 15-16 season to be an ununanimous, that's right, ununanimous, no votes for Chet Holmgren, no Wemby here. Wemby got all, oh, you can't see it. Let me go down a little bit here. There we go. Wemby got all 99. All 99. Anyway, I digress. He claimed the Rookie of the Year award, unanimously edging out 22-year-old rookie rival Chet Holmgren. Okay, I'll just, repeat myself then. Throughout the season, he had countless historic moments. So many that trying to summarize them in a single paragraph would be impossible. Well, TSR is actually, as I'm scrolling through all the videos here, and there's a ton of videos on this link from Pounding the Rock, or on this page from Pounding the Rock. Link will be in the description. Check them out. Obviously can't show them all here. But in regards to what a huge first year he had, we talked about the Rookie of the Year. Second in Defensive Player of the Year voting, should have been probably first over Rudy Gobert. Bad on you, NBA. Wemby became the first player to reach 1,500 points, 700 rebounds, 250 assists, 250 blocks, and 100 three-point made shots in a season. That's a really weird stat and very specific in certain areas. He still did it. He had a 5-by-5 game against the Lakers where he had at least 5 points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. And I think in the modern era, the only other player to do that was Michael Jordan. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wemby became the first player in NBA history to record a 20-20 game, at least 20 points and 20 rebounds. He led the league in block shots at 3.6 per game. And I'm sure there's more, but just wanted to summarize how good of a year he did. Anyway, back to the article. Bleacher Report is always on point with NBA content. And their latest Hero Ball video explores Wemby's dominance. The feature hints that the young star could be on track to secure Defensive Player of the Year honors in the 2024-25 season. Absolutely, if he stays healthy and does what he did last year, and if the Spurs aren't a bottom 5 team in the NBA, yes, he should absolutely get it. But wait, there's more. It's no secret that Wemby is the early favorite for this award. Yahoo Sports NBA expert Kevin O'Connor even went a step further, boldly suggesting that Wemby could dominate this award for the next decade. This will be Victor Wembanyama's award to lose for the next decade. There has not been a more transformative defender this century. Okay, well, those are some pretty strong words. Hope you're right. The season promises to be a much more competitive one for both the Spurs and Wemby, and I believe that's it. And yes, that's it. Yeah, absolutely more competitive. I think the Spurs won 22 games each of their last 2 seasons, going 22-60. It's been tough. The 22-60 season with Keldon leading was kind of expected. The Spurs having the exact same record last season was not expected. However, they did play much better at the end of the season, and I expect them to continue to build upon what they already started by the end of that season. Plus, they've added players to the roster such as Chris Paul, Harrison Barnes, and Stephon Castle. We're going to be better than last year, absolutely. How many wins better? I say 13-18. For anybody that hasn't heard my 13-18, anybody that hasn't heard my prediction on this channel, I say 35-40 wins. Kind of a fringe play-in team. I think we'll fight for that spot, but that Western Conference is so deep right now. I think we're going to be just a little bit short, but next year, be a perennial playoff contender. As far as Victor Wembanyama, my prediction is already right there. I see him averaging about 25 points per game, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 blocks. Pretty good stats for year number 2, plus Defensive Player of the Year. I think he's going to notch that one, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong again in the comments, the NBA record for most Defensive Player of the Year is 4. It's Rudy Gobert, Ben Wallace, I think. It's one of the Wallaces. I think it's Ben Wallace. Did somebody else win it 4 times? Dikembe Mutombo? And I think that's it. I think those 3. Wemby very well. If he gets a Defensive Player of the Year this season at the age of, 21? I think he could break that record of 4. I could see him getting 5, maybe 6. He's such a dominant force on both ends of the court, but especially on the defensive end is for this award, his ability to just block shots from pretty much anywhere and block 3-point shots. In an age where blocking 3+ more shots is a rarity, in his rookie season, he averaged over 3.5. And that was with limited minutes. That was under 3 minutes a game. He could definitely average 4 blocks per game. I don't know who the last player was to do that, but I feel like it's been a while. Drop a comment down below, Spurs fans. 1, how are excited for you this season? Are you pumped up for the Mavs game tonight? You're going to be in the live chat with us. And 2, what do you think his stats are? Do you think I'm kind of on point, 25, 12, and 4? Do you think some of those numbers will be higher? Do you think some of those numbers will be lower? I can't wait to see you in the chat tonight. I can't wait for Miss TSR to finally be here for a game. She hasn't been here for a while. She's just been busy running around the country doing Spartan races. But it's going to be a fun game. It's going to be an in-state rival, the Mavs. And I am pumped up for tonight. So we'll see you then. Thank you. And as always, go Spurs, go.
To Wemby.